Hi Flosstube, welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and I'm the Lancashire Stitcher. Today is Saturday the 22nd of November 2025 and this is Flosstube 134. If you're new here, welcome. This is a channel mainly about cross stitch, but I do include other crafts and I talk about walks and travels that I've been on recently. If you're returning, welcome back. It's lovely to be chatting with you all again. It's been quite a hectic 2 weeks with various things, but yeah, I've got quite a bit to show you stitching wise. But the first thing I'm going to show you is a beading finish. Let me pick it up, and it's my Ravening Moonlight Star. So there you go. This is it. It's double-sided. It's quite chunky. I'm going to redo the hanger because I've got a slight gap on the beads, so I'm going to redo that. But yeah, that's my Ravening Moonlight Star. Both sides, you know, it's facing the other way on the other side, but yeah, it's the same thing. So there we go. Finished it the other day, zipped it all up together and then stuffed it and put the hanger on. So there we go. Quite impressed with that. So I shall climb there for now, out the way, stay there. Right, so I also have a new start stitching wise, and it's this, which is Nativity Tiny Town by Heart in Hand. Stuart in Stitches told me that they were going to do a stitch along when he went to the Scottish Stitching Retreat, which was last weekend, and I said I'd join in, so I started it, and it's still in the Q snap, and I've only done a little bit. There we go. I started in the middle, and I got that done. This is some antique ivory linen, 32 count, and I'm doing 2/2 using the Colourful threads. There we go. Right, whips. So first one I've got is my dragon. Dragon Field Notes by UnconventionalXStitch, Unconventional Cross Stitch, artwork by Christofferson. I've only stitched on it once, maybe twice in the last 2 weeks, so I'm showing it. And there we go. So still not finished that page, but it's looking fuller now. There we go. There he is. This is stitched on 25 count Easy Guide by Zweigart. And I'm going to put him there for now. And my chair moved. Right, okay, so whips. I've still just shown you my dragon. The other whip I'm going to show you, and that's not a thing, is Each Day Row by Bent Creek. Stitching along with Hazel, Alison and Leslie. Hazel and Leslie have finished theirs. I've not done much on this in the last 2 weeks. As I said, I've had a hectic couple of weeks. But yeah, there we go. So let's fold it in a bit. This is stitched on 32 count vintage country mocha using the Colourful threads, and basically I've been stitching over this side. I think I've just done some of the water, so yeah, not much done on it. There we go, and the needle's still on the needle minder. There you go, never noticed that. Right, so let's do my temperature stitching pieces. So temperature stitching, I picked 10 whips and I assigned them to the numbers 0 to 9, each one to a number, and then I look at the maximum temperature for the day before, and I look at the units digit, or just the single digit if it's only one digit that we've had for the past week or so. And then I do 1 hour on the piece that is assigned to that number. So I've not got these in order, but I'll tell you what number they are. This is Peace Tree by Rosewood Manor. This is for number 4. and I've stitched on it 4 times in the last 2 weeks, and I've got to do another 2 hours on it today because the maximum temperature yesterday and the day before was 4 degrees. So I've got to do 2 hours on it today to catch up. This is stitched on 28 count Confederate grey Cashel linen, and that is my progress. So this is the top of the tree, and I've done that motif at the top, this big one here, and then I've done these 2 here. So yeah, and I think I finished this motif off in the last 2 weeks. I can't remember, but yeah, it's had 4 hours on it up to now in the last 2 weeks. So that's the top of the tree. It's going to be massive, this piece. So there we go. So that's that one. And then the next one is Olivia Ochreleiph by Silver Creek Samplers. I've stitched on this twice in the last 2 weeks. This is number 3. I think it was 13 degrees one day, and then another day it was 3 degrees. So yeah. And that is my progress. So I've finished the words. Nice big crease across it. Finished the words, and then I did some of the leaves at the bottom. So yeah, this is just what have I put on? Is it 32 count? Yeah, 32 count opalescent linen. That was in a grab bag from Pole Stitches. So yeah, that's that one. The next one is QS Spirit of Winter Robin by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Ciro Marchetti. This has only been stitched on once in the last 2 weeks, and it's the number 0. So it was 10 degrees one day. And this is stitched on 25 count Easy Guide by DMC. And basically what I did, I filled some of this red in here. There you go. That's that one. The next one is Voice of the Shepherd by Lavender and Lace, told in a garden. This is the number 1. So I think it was 11 degrees one day. It's only been stitched on once in the last 2 weeks. And that is my progress. So I finished the Girl Shepherd. This is stitched on 32 count natural Belfast linen using the Colourful DMCs 2/2. There we go. And the next one, this one actually got stitched on, is Celtic Christmas by Lavender and Lace. This is the number 9. The maximum was 9 degrees one day. Only stitched on once. And that is my progress. This is 32 count summer khaki Belfast linen, and I stitched some of the red in a dress at the bottom. So yeah, there we go. And then the next one is Cha Cha by Heritage Crafts in the John Clayton series. This was a full kit, and this is the number 7, and it was stitched on once in the last 2 weeks. I think the maximum was 7 one day. And that is my progress. So I'm working on the man. I've done some more. I've done some black going down into his trousers. So yeah, this is stitched on 28 count white even weave that came in the kit. Stitched 2/2 full cross, and well, some half crosses, using the DMC threads that were included in the kit. And the last weather one, temperature one, is Through the Storms by Silver Creek Samplers. I did this morning. I've only stitched on it once. It's the number 5. The maximum was 5 degrees Celsius on Wednesday. So I've stitched on this morning. This is just stitched on a grab bag piece of Pole Stitches fabric, 32 count, I think. Where have you gone? No, 28 count this one. And that is my progress. So I'm filling in the green along the bottom. So the green goes all the way across. It goes quite high up here behind the ducks. There's like a little pond that goes here with the year that I've stitched it in. And then I've got to do the stem for this flower, and then there's another flower over here. And then it's finished. So it won't take too long. But I'm sticking to my hour a day. An hour for the temperature. This is the number 5, yeah. So, like when it gets closer to a finish, then I might just finish it. There's a thread there. Let's get that out of the way. So I might just finish it. But at the minute, it'll take too long to do it. Oh, and I've got to do some colour in the ducks around the wings as well. There's a colour that goes around there, and then it's finished. So there you go. That's that one. So that's my temperature stitching. Flosstube Frenzy is next. So last time I filmed, I showed you At the Met by Mirabilia, and I did some more on it because I hadn't done the complete 2 hours. When I showed it, so I stitched on it again that day, and that is my progress. So basically I came down on the band that comes down. This is stitched on 32 count Aries linen by Sparklies. I just love this colour fabric. I do have another piece, but yeah, there we go. It's using the Colourful threads, which include Karen Water Lilies, and I'm doing it 2/2. Right, I've just I've missed something out, and then I've just noticed I'd put it in the wrong place, but there we go. Right, the next one, At the Met is for Globetrotting Stitcher. She filmed the other week, and I'd started stitching on it when I filmed the last video. This one is Winter Wingding by Blue Ribbon Designs. This is assigned to Just Keep Stitching because Pam's stitching this as well. And they filmed last weekend, so I did 2 hours on it, and that's my progress. So this is 32 count Mountain Dewdrop Opalescent Linen, Lugana by Pole Stitches. And this time I did this snowman, and I started the tree over there. I used all the Colourful threads except the checkerboard, the blue lines. That I'm just using the DMC equivalent for that. I didn't want to use hand dyed to do those lines. Everything else is hand dyed. So there you go. That's that one. And my next one is Song of Christmas by Lavender and Lace. This is assigned to Stuart's in Stitches. I need to stitch on it this weekend because he did a video last weekend and he also released an extra. So I need to do 3 hours on this weekend, but this has been stitched on from his last video. And that is my progress. So this time I just did the rest of this middle band here. This is being stitched on just some, I think it's the Colourful Light Olive Green fabric, because I started it before hand-dyed fabrics. And I just got the Colourful fabric. It keeps dropping at the back. Right, but yeah. There we go. So that's that one. So the next one is Star Wars Gnomes by Green Terrace Design. There'll be a link below to Green Terrace Design's website. This is assigned to Cheshire Stitcher. And she did a video last weekend. And that is my progress. This is Darth Vader now. I finished off his beard and some down here, and then I did the back stitch in this top part here. So yeah, it'll be so cute when it's finished. Darth Vader cute. Yeah, so yeah, that again, that's using DMC threads 2/2. My next one is Colourful Guitar Landscape by Artecy. This is assigned to the Sunshine Stitchers, and I've stitched on it twice in the last 2 weeks. So yeah, this is just stitched on some antique white Belfast linen, 32 count, and that is my progress. So this here is the end, is the bottom of the guitar, this end. And then I'm just filling in the colour now. I'm just getting these colours in up here. So yeah, there we go. And next one is Luke and Princess Leia from Dimensions, Star Wars, Disney. This is assigned to Ochreleiph, who put out a video last weekend, and I've done 2 hours on it. I'm using all the kit fabric and threads, and it's just going to look like a mush of blue. Up here, I've been working up here. This is Darth Vader's head, but you can't tell at the moment. It just looks like a blue mush. So yeah, I've just been working up there, trying to get Darth Vader's head done. So yeah, it's just some 14 count black HAED of this, so it's not the easiest thing to stitch on. But yeah, and there's blends in it. You have to make sure you look on as with all dimensions, you have to look on the key for how many threads, which threads, whether you're doing half cross stitch, full cross stitch. Yeah, so yeah, but yeah, it's okay. And the next one is Firefly Fairies by Lavender and Lace. I'm stitching this one's been assigned to Jen the Caffeinated Crafter. She's put 2 videos out in the last 2 weeks, since I last filmed. So I stitched on it this morning, and that's my progress. This fabric is 32 count marbled lilac it's Lugana by Paul Stitches, and I'm carrying on with the green fairy, getting her dress done. So that's my progress on that one. And I've got another one. The other one is Angel of Light. This is assigned to Once Upon a Stitch, Laurie. She released a video last weekend, so I did another couple of hours on this, and that is my progress. So this is 32 count natural Belfast linen, and I'm just using the Colourful threads. This is her arm up here. So yeah, there we go. That's all my whips. Big pile. So yeah. Hey. So next. Yeah, I'm enjoying doing the temperature stitching and the Flosstube frenzy. Like this week's been quite a busy week, so I've had to try and catch up. So I'm going to be doing 3 hours on Song of Christmas today, probably, maybe going into tomorrow, and then Stuart will do another video tomorrow, so then I'll have to do another 2 hours on it. But you know, that's the name of the game. So yeah, and I'll talk about work later. But yeah, it's going to get a bit chaotic. Right, so stash. Let's have a look. I've only got 2 things to show for stash. The first thing is, and I've not got the chart out, I got Take Time to Knit, which was Jeanette Douglas. I got it on a de-stash table at the Tartan Retreat the other week. I showed it in a video when I talked about the Tartan Retreat. And I emailed Chris at Nimble Thimble to ask her if she'd be able to source this, the embellishment pack. And anyway, she emailed me the other day and said, I've got it. And she sent it to me. So I can start this now. Find the chart wherever I've put it. But yeah, it's got Rainbow Gallery, Rainbow Tweed, and Splendour, Gloriana threads, needlepoint silks. There's a sheep, it's in there somewhere. There's a sheep button by Just Another Button Company, and then there's some mitten. There's a mitten charm. Apparently, it's not the charm that was called for originally, but it's new ones. So I've got that, so I can start that now. It's got all the silks in it, for doing the design. So that's that. And then the other thing I saw this. I can't even remember where I saw it. And I just thought, yeah, I need to get that. This is L'été Indien, which, according to Google Translate, means Indian summer. And I just love that design. And it's Le Petit Coin de Lucie. I like a lot of their designs. But yeah, I just love that. So that's a beautiful autumn colours in that are just so cute. So yeah, I've got that, and that's the only stash I've got in the last 2 weeks. So yeah, I think yeah, enough stash this year. I'm not doing like Pam though. I'm not having no stash for however many years she's doing it for. But I'll never stick to that. Never ever. So yeah, right. So beading. Let's show them beading. As well as finishing my Raven Star, I started this. I'm doing the dragon, but I'm doing the purple dragon. The chart and the kit I got from Threadabead, and I've done the head. So that's the head of the dragon. That's all I've done up to now. I'm doing this with Lindsay, Cheshire Stitcher, and Gina. Gina Stitches 21, I think she is, on Instagram. We're all having a go at it. Well, Gina's having a go with it. I'm having a go with it because I've never done anything like this beading wise. And Lindsay's just doing it. Lindsay knows what she's doing. So yeah. But that's my little dragon head. So that's that one. I'm trying to get the last beads to do my dragon eye that I showed you quite a while ago. I've been wanting to do it, and I said when I finish the Raven Star, I'm starting my dragon eye, but I've not got all. I need some more beads, so I'm going to order them in the next couple of days, and then I can get that started, and that's going to be quite big. So yeah, and I've still got my sand to do as well. Okay, that's that. Right, walk. So last Saturday, I was meant to be leading the walk that I did the recce for, and I talked about it in my last video. Starting from the Singing Ringing Tree, which is near Burnley. Anyway, last Friday, the weather was horrendous. It absolutely poured it down all day. And then on Saturday morning, it was still pouring down. And because the recce had shown me that there was quite a really bad muddy bit and some quite boggy areas, I decided I was going to cut it short anyway. And then when I went up there, the guy who runs the walking group suggested changing the walk altogether, and he said about going down to Cloudbridge Reservoir. So basically both of us led the walk. We went down to Cloudbridge Reservoir, we went up to Compton's Cross. We did. It was a nice walk, but it was quite cold. It rained a couple of times. It was windy, but it was a nice walk. There was still 6 miles. There were 13 of us, so it was a good turnout considering the weather and what the walk I was supposed to be doing. But yeah, it was a really, really good day. I'll do a little slideshow at the end, like I normally do. Don't remember if I took a lot of pictures. It if I'd been doing my normal walk, I wouldn't have been doing pictures because I'd already done them on the recce. But yeah, I did take some pictures. There was a guy windsurfing on the reservoir. We said he must be caught because he went in the water a few times and it must have been freezing. So yeah, so that was that. Right, so let's start with Mum. Mum's fine. Mum's doing okay. Her mouth's swollen up. She struggles to talk sometimes, but she's doing okay. We're at the hospital on the 2nd, which is not next week, it's the week after. So when I do my next video, we'll have already been and I'll be able to tell you a bit more. Work. Right, so work's been a bit chaotic. The team I'm in, there's like, I do home delivery, so I deliver books to people who can't get to the library for whatever reason, but they still want books. So I pick books for them. They tell us what sort of books they like, the genres, the authors and things like that. We pick books and then take them to the people, and then a lot of them will sit with them for a while and chat. We might be the only person they see in 2 weeks. And there's 2 of us who do this role. So I'll be out driving for 2 weeks and my colleague will be in the office for 2 weeks, and then we swap. So you've got 2 weeks in the office, 2 weeks driving. My colleague decided to retire. She gave a notice in last week and she finished yesterday. And so for the next couple of weeks, I've got to do, because it's coming up for Christmas, I've got to do a double pick and a double delivery. So we pick double the amount of books and deliver double the amount of books. As well as also doing my driving for the next 2 weeks. So it's going to be a bit chaotic on the run up to Christmas. But then over Christmas and New Year, I have 2 weeks where I'm in the office, as well as having a few days off for Christmas and New Year. But it's probably going to be maybe the end of January before we get somebody else in to work with me. So it's going to be quite a busy time for me at work. I've been told I can do some extra hours if I want to make up, to give me more time to get stuff sorted. So hopefully that'll get sorted out on Monday when I go back in and see my boss. So, but yeah, so work's gonna get chaotic, to say the least. So yeah, we'll see how things go. It shouldn't impact too much on my stitching. Although if I do extra hours, I won't have I'm still going to have Wednesdays free. I've told them Wednesdays are no-go because that's the day I go up to my mum's and take her shopping. So I am not working Wednesdays. I'll happily do Friday mornings and I'll do Thursday afternoons when it's knit and natter, because the knit and natter group can run itself and me taking a few weeks out won't be a problem. And I can always go in and check on them because I'll be in the office and I can always go and see them. But yeah, it's just going to be a bit busy and chaotic. So we'll just have to see how it goes. So yeah. Yeah. And then it also depends on how my mum is and everything else. My daughter is okay. She's expecting her 4th child. She went for one of these 3D scans this morning. And she's found out the sex of the baby. They've told her it's a girl, even though she's only 15 weeks pregnant. But they could tell on the scan that it's a girl. So I always thought they couldn't tell definitely on a scan, but she said that they told her it's 99.9% accurate. So we'll see. She's happy if it's a girl, because she's got 2 boys and a girl at the minute. So another girl would even it out. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, right. So I think that's about everything for today. I don't think I've missed anything out. No doubt when I'm editing, I'll suddenly think, oh, I didn't say this. But yeah, I think I've talked about everything. I've shown all my whips and everything else. As far as next year concerned, not a clue yet. I don't know whether I'll carry on with Flosstube with Friends there, whether I'll do something else. I'm just going to have a think about it over the next couple of weeks and decide from there. But yeah, Whip Go keeps jumping in my head. Letters of the Month keeps jumping in my head. I don't know yet. And I'm also planning on doing my usual whip parade, probably on Boxing Day. That's the day I usually end up doing it, and it'll no doubt be 3 videos again. But yeah, I'll have to get them all sorted out, and then I can get it done. So yeah, so I'll leave it there for today. I'll be back again on the 6th of December. It's the coach ramble on the 7th, so it won't be the 7th, it'll probably be the 6th. I don't think there's anything planned for the 6th at the moment, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm hoping to be back on the 6th of December. So, have a good 2 weeks. Take care of yourselves and those you love. Be kind always. Happy stitching. Bye for now.